approaches for community participation in public policy development. Belinda.
Afternoon, my name is Belinda Tyrell and I'm a research associate. And I think the reason why I'm giggling is actually that's a really horrible title I came up with for this talk. And as I've been doing it, I've realised why our community approach is important to me. And what's the idea of participation? How do we participate? And people who know one of my favourite expressions is there's no I in team, but there's you and I in unity. I'm a firm believer that if people come together and share ideas and share expertise, we can develop approaches and make meaningful changes. So I wanted to talk about two things which are quite close to me. One is the Welsh Street Housing Cooperative where I grew up, and one is a project I've been involved with at the moment, which is Citizens Assemblies that we're going to train out. So the Welsh Street, this is a picture on the left from the 1980s. We lived in those terrace streets, I'm sorry about the quality, my dad's archive. We lived in that street, we lived in the streets around there, and there was brilliant views out from the streets of the cathedral. Our houses were falling down from the inside. We had to use the outside toilet still. This is like 1979, 1980. The area was earmarked by the City Council for small parents, but it wasn't really what we wanted to do. We didn't want to move away from toxic. We wanted to stay together as a community, but nothing was happening with the site they wanted to dig houses out from. So people in the streets just came together and started to share ideas about how we could reimagine the future, how we could build together a sustainable future for our families and keep our communities together. So it was a long process with trying to get to practitioners, trying to get the ideas together, but the group did that. So thinking about that now and where that's led me as a research associate, I became involved with Liverpool last November, and I was very lucky to meet Alka and the team at Liverpool. And we started this process of doing some citizens' assemblies, talking about the subjects actually that were meaningful for people, so housing, transport, business. And the things that we came together was just the sharing of ideas, the thinking about the process of putting ideas on post-it notes, but actually they're people's skills and experiences, they're people's lives. So that idea of how we came together and explored those subjects together, then we started to develop some actions, but also in the process we found out a lot about different activities and different networks and how we could share together. So one of the really nice early outcomes was the fact that like some of the volunteer groups got together the day after the assembly and did a litter clear. And as we've gone through this, it's thinking about the way we view climate, we view sustainability, but at the heart of it, it's community and coming together and what's important to us. So I've chose that because there's a little side saying, watch out world, here we come. And what I mean by that is our small ideas of coming together gives us power to our voices. And I think participation as well. A lot of people say, well, why would you take part in a citizens' assembly? When a vote, but the idea is really your experiences. If you look at Parliament, how many people have got the same experiences as you? And how you share these experiences. So these like different ways people can participate as well. There's lots of different ways to do this. There's the role of community researchers, which colleagues did in my Liverpool. There's the role of UCL in the Global Prosperity Index. But I chose these two pictures, so that's from 1979, and that's a couple of months ago. But participation and bringing ideas together is the same. It's people together. And what I should say as well, I did these photos from my own Instagram account because basically these were through lockdown, and these were the symbols of hope and resilience that I saw each day. And I thought that was something that was really important to me, and I wanted to try and still keep that spirit that we had during lockdown, coming together, taking local action, seeing how that networks form, and actually informing policy. Because if you look at the picture down at the bottom there, so there's not too many people that look like Bush or have experiences. That's a little photo that I took of Prince's Park, and that's a photo of me, my mum and dad and my sister and my mother when we lived into our house. So I suppose the idea of the message today is we have the ideas, we're the people that use our spaces and share them with our neighbours, and together we're more powerful. So that's the message. There's no harm to the human unity, and together we can do more. Sorry.